Elon Musk is officially the richest person in the world, surpassing Jeff Bezos of Amazon with a wealth of over $190 billion. But how did this happen? What does he plan to do with his money? And how much more wealth will he gain? Let's take a look at the numbers.
You are with Tesla 2.5 times bigger than BMW, VW, and Daimler.
I even said the stock is too high. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Have you ever considered to buy?
The stock is too high a long time, like when it was like at $800 pre-split. And they don't listen to me, but I tell you, and the SEC complained again. I mean,
Is it a serious option to buy one of the incumbents, one of the big car companies for you?
Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Phil and this is Electric Money. Please smash that like button and be sure to subscribe for more Elon, Tesla and SpaceX content, like the upcoming SN9 launch. Tesla shares were up as much as 7.4% on Thursday at a record high of $811 per share. Tesla has surged in value this year and hit a market value of $700 billion for the first time on Wednesday, making the car company worth more than Toyota, Volkswagen, GM, Ford and now Hyundai combined. Elon has a 20% stake in the car maker and about $42 billion of unrealized paper gains on vested stock options, according to a Bloomberg report. The Tesla and SpaceX entrepreneur was pushed into the top slot after Tesla's share price increased on Thursday. A 6% rise in Tesla shares early Thursday lifted the value of its CEO's stock holdings and options by $10 billion, taking his net worth to about $191 billion, while a smaller rise of just 2% lifted Jeff Bezos' shares in Amazon by about $3 billion, moving his net worth to around $187 billion. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, who has held it since 2017, therefore moves down to the second richest in the world, with Bill Gates now far behind in third. Elon Musk reacted to the news in his usual meme lord style, replying to Tesla owners of Silicon Valley's tweet who posted the news of him becoming the richest person in the world, where he remarked, "How strange. Well, back to work." An older tweet, now pinned to the top of Elon's feed, gives more insight into what Elon really thinks of it all, including his wealth. It goes on to say, "You should ask why I want money. The reason is not what you think. Very little time for recreation. Don't have vacation homes or yachts or anything like that. About half my money is intended to help problems on Earth, and half to help establish a self-sustaining city on Mars to ensure continuation of life of all species, in case Earth gets hit by a meteor like the dinosaurs, or World War III happens and we destroy ourselves." This says it all. He is not chasing wealth for the sake of fancy houses, yachts, private islands, jets, etc., etc. He is chasing wealth for two underlying purposes: to help make life multiplanetary, and second, to help save this planet from humans, saving humans from themselves at the same time. So how did this happen? Especially when back in January 2020, just 1 year ago, Elon was barely in the top 50 richest in the world, or back 10 years ago, when Elon was barely worth $2 billion. Simply put, since the founding of Tesla and SpaceX, Elon's wealth has had a relatively modest increase year on year. But that all changed in 2020, when the world finally realized that they should start taking Elon and his ventures seriously, particularly Tesla. Retail investors flocked to buy Tesla shares, and in January 2020, on the 8th, exactly 1 year ago, each share was worth a measly $98. 2 months later, in mid-March, it dropped to $70 per share. A month after that, it had doubled to over $140 per share in mid-April. 2 months later, in mid-June, it reached around $200 per share, or $1,000 pre-split. From this point forward, the skeptics were coming out of the woodwork, but even more so were people who were ready to invest in Tesla. And a month later, in mid-July, it topped over $325 per share. Come to the end of August, after Tesla announced a 5-to-1 stock split on the 11th of August, on the 31st of August, the stock was worth $498 per share. It flatlined at this point, post-split, and around the very misinterpreted Battery Day, for around 2.5 months. But in mid-November 2020, it broke the $500 mark, rising to $705 on 31st December 2020. Since the beginning of the year, it has grown to what it is today, over $816 per share. That's over $4,000 pre-split. Just to give you some context, if you invested $5,000 in Tesla 1 year ago, they would be worth enough today for you to buy a brand new Tesla Model 3. Not bad. By the way, I don't believe it'll stop here. The growth potential of Tesla alone is absolutely mind-boggling. Not to mention SpaceX, The Boring Company, and Neuralink. I don't see anyone toppling Elon Musk anytime soon as the richest person in the world. Instead, I believe his companies and therefore his wealth is just getting started, and he could very well become the first person in history to hold a net worth of $1 trillion. Don't think that's possible? Let's start by saying 2021 will see Tesla most likely produce 1 million vehicles and open both Giga Berlin, Giga Texas, and probably a start of production of Tesla Semi, Roadster, and Cybertruck. I'll leave you with just 5 major points to think about, which I feel will be the biggest contributors to his wealth, literally skyrocketing to Mars. Tesla Robotaxi, Tesla Insurance, Starlink Internet, Tesla Semi, and Neuralink. As well as this clip of longtime Tesla bull Chamath giving his thoughts on investors that are thinking of selling or shorting the stock.
I don't understand why people are so focused on selling things that work. Let's just, I'll make up a number. Let's just say I owned $1 billion of Tesla stock. If I sold it, now I have $1 billion problem. What do I do with that money? What about if it was 100 million? What about if it was just 10,000? 10 billion? It doesn't matter what the number is. The point is that when things are working, you're paid to stay with people that know what they're doing. And this is a guy who has consistently been one of the most important entrepreneurs in the world. And so why bet against him? It's the same thing with Bezos. Why bet against him? And there are a handful of other people. Anthony Noto, who we just talked to today, is yet another person. You get behind these people who have incredibly strong character, who know what they're doing, who aren't going to bend to short-term profits, and who are just going to drive the train for 10 or 20 years and make the world a better place. Get behind them. The best way to summarize this, by the way, is a friend of ours who we mentioned earlier, Bill Gurley, has this great phrase. When the music's on, you got to dance. And so these guys are dancing. They are in rhythm. They're in flow. Let them do their thing. Get behind them. Don't sell a share. Just let them create value.
But what do you think? Do you think the share will reach $2,000 by the end of 2021? What are your thoughts on my top 5? Do you agree, or do you have a different list? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions on what you would like me to cover in a future video, let me know below. Just a reminder that everything I speak of is my own opinion and not investing advice. Do your own research before you invest your money. So that's it for this video. If you're still watching, you're amazing. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more. I have links below to all the gear I use to make these videos if you're interested. Oh, and if you're looking to order a Tesla, use the link in the description below to get 1,000 free supercharger miles with your order. So thanks again for watching. I'm Phil, this is Electric Money, and I'll see you in the next one.